All right, so we have to get into this. Enough's enough. Are y'all trying to bully Caitlin Clark at this point? Y'all are running around acting like a bunch of bullies right now, and it is out of pocket. It's out of line. We have got to get into it. Chelsea Gray, Asia Wilson, Beckham, and it sounds like y'all threatening Caitlin Clark at All-Star Weekend. It sounds like a threat. Y'all trying to punk her. Y'all trying to bully. Oh, no, we gonna have us talk. We gonna have.
The sports establishment didn't just lose control of the game tonight. The entire corporate hierarchy suffered a complete terrifying meltdown behind closed doors. In what can only be described as a historic, jaw-dropping explosion of sheer talent, a single generational prodigy scored 14 unbelievable points in under 2 minutes, completely vaporizing her opponent's defense and leaving an entire stadium in absolute shock. But as the crowd erupted in chaotic celebration, the broadcast cameras completely missed the real war breaking out in the tunnel. Veteran superstars and league figures completely unable to digest the sheer dominance unfolding before their eyes lost their minds. What started as intense competitive frustration quickly spiraled into a hostile, heated confrontation that has now sent shock waves through the highest offices of Team USA and the WNBA. To understand the sheer level of panic currently paralyzing the league, you have to look at the exact moment the historic 2-minute avalanche took place. The game was tied. The atmosphere was suffocating. And the opposing coaching staff had implemented a defensive scheme specifically engineered to physically break her rhythm. They trapped her at the half-court line, bumped her off her spots, and attempted to force costly turnover errors. But elite genius does not bend to standard pressure. Instead of retreating, she stepped up to the deep logo and unleashed a rapid-fire sequence of ice-cold three-pointers and miraculous full-court passes that completely dismantled a championship-caliber roster in a matter of seconds. The stadium transformed into an absolute pressure cooker. Every single possession felt like a dagger straight to the heart of the old guard. The defense looked utterly helpless. The opposing bench sat frozen in complete panic, and the arena crowd roared with a level of depth that hasn't been witnessed in modern sports history. It wasn't merely a hot shooting streak or a lucky bounce of the basketball. It was a cold, calculated, and devastating execution of pure tactical brilliance. She single-handedly turned a dogfight into an absolute blowout, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that traditional defensive schemes are completely useless against a player who operates on an entirely different plane of reality.
To the black lesbians and Asia Wilson. Wow. Let's get right into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Before we get into this, folks, what's going on in the WNBA when it comes to fans talking shit, being mean, saying not nice things? It happens in all sports leagues. These women are just so emotional and so soft, they can't handle it. They've been begging for 30 years, I want attention, but only good attention. As soon as they get that attention, ooh, this is too much attention. Too many people are saying mean things. Too many people are calling me trash. Too many people are saying I can't make layups. Oh my gosh, that person called me a mean name. They're flipping out. They're going cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And now they're saying, Kathy Engelbert, you have to do something. Pothole 6627 is saying not nice things to me on Twitter. Kathy, say something, please. Oh no. Oh no. A random person. Oh, the horror. Chelsea Gray thinks that because she aired this person out, it's going to make people think twice.
But as the final buzzer echoed across the floor and the broadcast anchors began wrapping up their standard post-game coverage, the Real story was just beginning behind the security doors. Unfiltered reports emerging from the arena corridors reveal that top league veterans completely consumed by professional jealousy and unable to handle getting outclassed on live international television cornered the superstar during the post-game walkout. A.A. Wilson, visibly shaken and unable to contain her boiling frustration, reportedly confronted her directly in the hallway with an aggressive, hostile warning. "We need to talk." The tension in that narrow hallway was so thick that stadium security teams and venue personnel had to step in immediately to prevent the verbal altercation from escalating into a physical incident. What makes this situation so alarming is not just the frustration of a defeated rival, but the institutional backing that followed rather than stepping in to de-escalate the hostile behavior. "We had that conversation. So that's what we're going to do. Wait a minute."
We had that conversation, so that's what we're gonna do.
Wait a minute, so So at All-Star, we have to have a conversation. Who you got to have a conversation with? Who you got to have a conversation with? Caitlin Clark already said what she said. She's already come out and denounced it. She came up and spoke up for black women during her rookie season. She was trying to get y'all paid more money behind the scenes during her rookie season. She spoke out against it again after the Alyssa Thomas situation. What more is there for her to say?
Legacy coaching figures like Becky Hammond reportedly doubled down, supporting the confrontation and attempting to justify the aggressive pushback. Instead of demanding sportsmanship and professional composure, the leadership chose to protect the fragile egos of the established stars who simply couldn't stomach the reality of being completely overshadowed by a younger phenomenon. The illusion of professional unity, carefully curated by public relations departments for years, was completely incinerated in a matter of seconds. It exposed a toxic, deeply envious culture operating beneath the surface. A culture where senior stars and legacy gatekeepers believe they have a fundamental right to dictate who gets to shine, who stays in line, and who receives the spotlight. But history does not ask for permission. And real greatness cannot be regulated by a committee of bitter veterans trying to cling to their fading influence.
That ain't gonna happen.
That we love, that we work so hard to do, but it's just a certain division that needs to be brought to everyone's attention and understanding that, no, this is something that's been going on, and it's just getting to a point where it's like, all right, now enough is enough. I think there's
Enough is enough, man. Enough is enough, man. Yeah. Yeah, enough is enough.
a larger conversation that needs to be had that is really above us, and I think that is the part that we really need to get to. So hopefully at All-Star, we can have an opportunity and a conversation, because at this time, we something needs to change.
At All-Star, they want to have an opportunity and a conversation. That's what I was alluding to in the beginning. They're gonna walk into Caitlin Clark's room. They're gonna knock on the door. Caitlin Clark's gonna open the door to her hotel room. She's gonna peek through it, and there's gonna be that, that sliding thing on the door, and all there's gonna be is like the chain, and she's gonna peek through and say, "Oh shit!" She's gonna try to close the door, and then all the players at one time, Brittany Griner, Asia Wilson, they're all gonna just, "Oh, let me in. They're gonna bum rush her. They're gonna bum rush into that room, and they're gonna tie Caitlin Clark up to a chair. They're gonna tell Caitlin Clark, "You're not leaving this room until you come out and you denounce those pesky fans."
Let the terrifying weight of this moment sink in for the corporate executives in New York and the network producers holding multi-million-dollar broadcasting rights. Emergency administrative meetings were reportedly called late into the night as high-level officials scrambled to control the inevitable media fallout. Rumors began circulating rapidly that severe administrative discussions were taking place regarding national team rosters, with shocking reports indicating potential removal or disciplinary action from elite international squads like Team USA following the violent verbal clash. The corporate gatekeepers are in a total bind because they know the public is no longer buying their sanitized corporate spin. For months, the mainstream sports media tried to convince the fans that any aggression on the floor was just tough love or standard rookie initiation. But the fans see right through the smoke and mirrors. They see the blatant double standards.
Because at this time, something needs to change. It's actually disgusting. So I'm glad that Chelsea had an opportunity to speak up and had an opportunity to show that what we...
It's interesting that you're the one saying it's disgusting, Asia, because your close people and your fans were the ones that were saying Nafisa Collier is not black enough because she dates a white man. Those were your fans. Your fans. So I hope when you want to have this talk in this meeting, you address your fans. Your fans, when Nafisa Collier was winning the MVP race last year before she hurt her ankle, your fans were blasting her, saying she's not black enough, she's dating a white man, and all of this stuff. Your fans was being racist. Your fans been online being racist toward Caitlin Clark. I hope you got something to say about your damn fans. I hope so.
We've been going through, and we're going to continue to go through until we have that conversation. So that's what we're going to do.
I mean, just any of that behavior is not acceptable, and we need more companies to step up and do what Hilton did. You're free to be a bigot and ignorant. You're also free to pay the consequences. And I think it's just a lot of times it's too easy to hide behind phones, and I'd rather people show up and be.
Okay, so she's saying she wants more people to do what Hilton did. Hilton fired the guy who said what he said to Chelsea Gray. How are you going to fire people? And that's fine with me. That's fine. Whatever. That's cool.
They see the referees deliberately turning a blind eye to dangerous physical hits to the head and face. and they see an outdated establishment desperately trying to protect its favored corporate icons from getting completely erased from the history books by an unstoppable force. The entire commercial strategy of the league is now crumbling under the weight of its own hypocrisy. Corporate sponsors who poured millions of dollars into promoting legacy stars are watching the financial center of gravity shift entirely toward a single generational anomaly. Every ticket sold, every television rating record broken, and every item of merchandise flying off the shelves is directly tied to her name. The old guard operating in the front offices thought they could leverage her massive popularity to elevate the entire brand while simultaneously treating her with disrespect in the background. But that parasitic strategy has officially reached its expiration date. You cannot profit off an athlete's unmatched brilliance on one hand while actively facilitating a culture of hostility against her on the other.
Knock it off, man. Y'all claim y'all don't want fans, but y'all claim all her fans are racist, but y'all want to reap the benefits and collect more money from her fans, right? So which one is it? Y'all want to have your fucking cake and eat it too, and it's not going down. Like, stop it.
Been in touch with the league about this, and if so, have they offered their support?
I've talked to I think I just saw on my phone. There's maybe a couple messages, but not directly, no. Silence is just agreement, or sometimes silence is that you just don't want to ruffle feathers, but then you're neglecting a certain population that's actually getting affected by it. So the ball is in their court. I've done my job. I will continue to do my job. My teammates will too. And it's all part of a bigger systemic racism issue that's how it shows up for us as Black athletes. I don't think people quite understand that. I think they see us in uniforms and think, oh, you're just supposed to deal with it. Go for it. Absolutely not. We're still human. We are women that walk this world every single day, trying our best to get to the next level. So it's heartbreaking to see those things happen, but it's also heartwarming when you have a franchise that's behind you 100%.
Obviously, there's a lot of eyeballs on what we do now. But I'd rather shed light on cockroaches and let them scatter and get out. Old fans, new fans, there's just no place for it in women's basketball or in society in general. So
I agree. I'm not once again, I'm not with racism. I'm not with people being a homophobe. I don't care what you're into. But at the end of the day, y'all are labeling an entire fan base racist. Bro, Chelsea Gray was getting crazy messages a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and there's plenty of comments showing the date where it had nothing to do with the Caitlin Clark or Indiana Fever game. And I think it's really, really shady and janky that y'all waited.
The public reaction to this All-Star Weekend meltdown has been nothing short of an absolute firestorm across global media platforms. Millions of fans have rallied together, filling comment sections, driving social media trends, and demanding immediate accountability for the referees and executives who continue to fail in their duty to protect the players. The bitter critics who spent the last year attempting to diminish her achievements have completely run out of talking points. How can anyone argue that she isn't the most dominant force in the game when her presence alone causes world champions and legendary coaches to completely lose their composure on live television? This is the ultimate breaking point for the sport. The line in the sand has been drawn permanently, and there is no going back to the way things used to be. The legacy media gatekeepers can attempt to manipulate the narrative all they want, but the economic data, the attendance figures, and the raw, unadulterated television ratings do not lie. The gatekeepers have been completely dethroned. The old guard's authority is officially broken, and the crown has been taken by absolute, undisputed force. What is your raw, unfiltered reaction to this insane All-Star Weekend meltdown? Did the league office and legacy coaches permanently humiliate themselves by allowing veterans to aggressively confront her after getting completely outplayed on the court? Or is the old guard's era officially dead and buried once and for all? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below right now. Let's start a massive discussion down below. Smash that like button until it breaks. Hit subscribe with all notifications turned completely on so you never miss another history-shattering breakdown. And share this video with every single real fan who knows the truth.